Shalom, Kol Halol, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. All praises, honor, and glory due to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and to His only begotten Son, our Savior, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutations and greetings to the elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. This is your brother Benaiah, back at you again with another quick lesson in hopes to edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Here we have an Instagram post that recently where it highlights basically the intentional sabotage in short bullet points and with an attached short video regarding the MOTB. We all know that there's no such thing as coincidence, and that all things that are now have been, and that all things that have been are that which were required, according to the book of Ecclesiastes. I believe it's chapter 3. I think I butchered that one, but let me just get that. And Ecclesiastes, let's go to Ecclesiastes 3, I believe it is. Here we go. Okay. Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And the Most High doeth it, that men should fear before him. That which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past. So here in this short post, it basically highlights the obvious. You know, we have a perfect scenario set up where the intentional firing of medical workers in a so-called pandemic, the firing of truck drivers in a so-called supply chain crisis, along with the mysterious recent blazes at food processing plants, and the firing and the marginalizing of police in a violent crime crisis, right? Making it so nobody wants to do these essential jobs, right? And like this post says, it's not incompetence. It's intentional destruction, right? And they have the perfect people in place to bring us forth and to misdirect the intentional destruction by using our so-called president, who, like it says here, it was chosen to make sabotage look like incompetence, when actually it was an outright plan, right? So I'm just gonna let this short video play. Hopefully it plays and it records. It's a short, like 1 minute video. As part of this post. Here, let's have a listen.
Amanda, but not this bad.
My friends, to assist in our recovery, the Neo-Sapien Occupation Committee has ordered all Terrans to register with the Neo-Sapien Central Administration at once. During this registration, a small identification chip will be implanted under the skin. This will be mandatory for all natural humans. Those who fail to register will be considered enemies of the Neo-Sapien government and will be dealt with accordingly.
Large, enthusiastic crowds have turned out for the first day of mandatory civil registration.
Registration? Huh. Any jerk can see they're on their way to a concentration camp.
Advanced Neo-Sapien technology has made the implantation process simple and completely painless.
Cosmic Flame.
You'd sell out, Amanda, but not this bad.
My friends, to assist in our recovery...
Okay, that's enough with that. Well, I have also queued up another short snippet from an entirely different video that has some bulk that information, but I'm just going to play the point that I believe goes well with First Thessalonians, we'll start at chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Let's go down to verse 3. "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken, are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation." So speaking of that video that I had queued up, this here is talking about some other junk, but in this one clip, he's explaining a theory of exponential decline. And it's more so about population and about how through the use of gradualism, things are, how quickly things duplicate themselves and how quickly things deteriorate. In this instance, I'm referring to this video that's speaking about population, but more so about this financial situation that we're in right now. That it's intentionally sabotaged and it's intentionally put into this exponential decline so that it will overtake us, to those who aren't looking and to those who are not the children of the light, okay, who are asleep. It will overtake us in the night. And how that is just using basic mathematics, how basically it's something that you won't notice until the very, very, very end. At the end of this video, I won't take too long to make this. I'll make the point pretty quickly. I'll play, 'cause I don't even know how to attach videos, but anyway, I'll play that short 3-minute video regarding some solid information about the MOTB. But without further ado, let's just get into what I was trying to say, what this man was explaining, and let's hear it.
Exponential decline means, right? So let's have a look at what exponential decline is. So if you've got a jar of jelly beans, and there's 1,023 jelly beans in that jar, and the first day you go to it, take 1 jelly bean out. Second day, double it, take 2. Third day, 4, 6, 8. Carry on, right? How many days do you think when that jar's going to be empty? 10. Oh, 10. Yeah. Don't be Dave. Okay, so, right, smart ass, whoever said that. What day do you think, if it's 10 days to be empty, what day do you think it will be half full? Oh, some of you already know, yes. So it's actually day 9, yeah? The point is you don't see it coming. Right now, we are just at that, so the curve goes very slowly. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere to begin with, it's like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, so on, yeah? But then all of a sudden, it collapses, it falls. We are just about there now, yeah?
So that's it with that. With that, let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. Let's go Matthew 24 and verse 37. Let's get it on my screen. How about that? Make it easy that way. Matthew 24 and 37. Matthew 24 and 37. 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And the point being is that this intentional decline, okay, specifically in the financial decline and the obvious sabotage of the financial system, is to bring forth the final solution, which is that MOTB, which is that that implantable mark that is going to be used as a gateway to be able to buy and sell, as is recorded in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 18. And for those again who have been listening to the elders and the bishops at Great Mostona and other likewise camps that teach similar doctrine, they're very well aware of the times that we're in. And that at any point, just like the previous clip I played to you said, using that concept of exponential decline, there it sort of like helps explain and lays the I guess the corner understanding of how these things can come in an instant, okay? Because they're gradually put in place so that they happen drastically from one day to the next, okay? And before you know it, you're not going to know it until the flood comes, and you'll be all taken away if you don't take heed, okay? Let's go to real quick to Romans 13, and let's get on my screen. How about that? Romans 13 and 11. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And, you know, I know it sounds like a broken record. Everybody keeps saying the same thing about this MOTB, but this is a major, major, major prophecy that is basically one of the last prophecies before the very, very end. And it's most definitely what's going to help kick off the time of Jacob's trouble, the worst time the earth has ever seen. Okay? And what we're supposed to do is to operate in understanding and to see these things before they come to pass, because you know we have these instructions that are the scriptures that give us that confidence and that lays out things for us before they happen, okay? And they're here for our benefit, okay? And what we are not to do is, as is recorded in Proverbs 21 and 16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And I don't know about you, but I prefer to stay in the congregation of the living and to take heed to warning and understand that we're at the cusp. This thing is about to kick off, okay? And so, unfortunately, this understanding of this truth and these warnings won't be heeded by everyone, because it's not meant for everyone. It's meant for the elect. And so, unfortunately, we know that, family members included, okay, that they're going to end up having to learn a very, very hard lesson. Okay, but this is the purpose of the Most High, right? And so, if this is you, and if this rings true, then you need to take heed, because or else your fate is recorded in 2nd Ezra 9 and 12. Let's get that real quick before I play this. 2nd Ezra 9 and 12. It says that the same must know it after death by pain. Just want to say shalom, and I hope that this lesson was somewhat edifying to the hopeful elect out there. And then I would just like to close with the 3-minute and 49-second video that I mentioned that I thought was very powerful and straight to the point. And without further ado, let's play it and have a listen, and then we will sign off.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All praises to our power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessings to the elect, Shalom. Banning cash will lead to the MOTB.
The central banks know this. At some point in time, it all comes crashing down. When it does, the big banks go to the central banks and say, hey, we need a bailout. We've got systemic risk. That's when the central banks look at the big banks and say, no, I don't think so. They let them fail. The central banks have then wiped out the small banks and the big banks, so they are now the only game in town. They have 100% control of the money and the credit. If they control the money and the credit, they control you. And to hear Richard Warner explain this in his own words, let's go back to that article. Here, Warner talks about the Bank of England, but you can insert the name of any central bank. By supporting monetary reformers, meaning people who want to ban cash, the Bank of England may further increase its own power and accelerate the drive to concentrate the banking system if credit creation was abolished and there was only one true bank left, the Bank of England. It would further the project to increase control and monitoring of the population. With both cash and bank credit alternatives abolished, all transactions, money creation, and allocation of that money would be implemented by the Bank of England. Werner goes on to imagine how the PR departments of the central banks and the mainstream media would spin this, how one could increase their security and safety with this digital money. What if one loses one's direct debit card? No doubt some bright Bank of England spark, or else any of the talking heads in the media, will then suggest we should adopt the techniques long practiced with our pets, namely implanting microchips under the skin as our money of the future. Whether this spells progress, readers need to decide for themselves. So a cashless society, negative interest rates, and central banks being the only banks left on the planet, and microchips implanted under your skin. Using the Go scale or the George Orwell scale, I want to hear what you think. Is this progress?
All right, once again, I want to say Shalom and Kol Halo Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. And I hope that this short lesson was edifying and was useful in feeding the lambs of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom again and Abad Babal.